good morning.
Good morning, Rabbi son.
LeAliyat Nishmat Chaim Elefant, Barכה. Wow.
7:16.
Westside. So the other day I spoke about movies and the effect that I felt it has on our children. So you got a little bit of a pushback. What a pile of nonsense. And even if movies were to blame, he managed to make it about socialist Hollywood. But many children who never watched the movie go off the derech too. Maybe it's those watered down learning in Yiddishkeit to the 8-minute daf bites who are to blame.
That's why you stopped the 8-minute daf.
Yossi Goldstein. I grew up in a household where we didn't watch secular films at all, and two of my siblings are not religious anymore. By Baruch Jabrowski. The message at the end of the shir felt like you were talking to me. Thank you. I really needed a Musar shmooze. Baruch J. Dear Belly, as I was thinking today about your comments about the Pirchei Geharim and the connection between children and off the derech and Hollywood movies, a thought occurred to me, and I wanted to share. I know that the world frequently uses the derech, but I'm not sure what the makar is to ever think that Torah has one single derech. Familiar with Mishlei that says Chanoich lenar pi darkoi. Pasuk simply imply there's more than one derech. I'm also familiar with the great Sefer Mesilas Yesharim, which again seems rather clear that there's not one Mesila. Perhaps it's not the parents' fault at all for showing movies, and a child or even adult is simply at a stage where he needs to explore in order to find his own way forward, not back to Torah and Avodat Hashem. Grateful as always for the community of Torah you have built and the wonderful shiurim you deliver. Adam Singer. You've raised the issue a number of times, and each time I was surprised at the off-base explanations provided. I found a simple yet very profound comment on why someone throws it all away from Rabbi Yisachar Friend in his book, An Offer You Can't Refuse, page 215, which it sums up accurately. When someone feels worthless, he loses control of himself, and all his standards collapse. I can assure you on the accuracy of this, having bounced around the number of yeshivas and made to feel as a worthless teenager and throwing it all away, etc. And in my case, there was no TV in the house. I felt worthless. I lost control. I went and hung out with lower class elements who gave me a positive self-image based on sheker. It is correct that TV is harmful, but it's more important that a child who is struggling finds daily successes and gets positive feedback from parents and teachers and emotionally healthy peers. Shavua Tov, Hil Kovacs from Kochav Yaakov. Woo! Anyway, so just to be clear, I didn't come to explain why kids go off the derech, because there's 1,000 reasons why they go off the derech. I was explaining that there's something that I never really heard people talk about, and I think it's a very big component. Now, if you go to Kesher Nafshi, they'll tell you the reason why kids go off the derech is one reason only: trauma. Every single kid had some sort of trauma in their life. This type of trauma, that sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's emotional trauma. I'm just saying that before you throw that device down in your kid's lap because you're too sick and tired of taking care of that kid and you want somebody else to babysit your kid, think 1,000 times before you put that device in his lap. There's a family I know that's related to me that every kid, by their bris, and they have like 10 boys, gets a device and they put it right in front, like during the bris, they're already watching, and their entire life they're watching, and these kids grew up to be mamish diamonds. Each one is a diamond. You'd think, you'd see them, and the father put in their rooms, I'm not joking, they have TV stands and they go right, they're all sitting there, whatever. It's a way, I'm not saying that it's this or that. And there's a lot of, and people went off the derech 200 years ago without TV. I get it. And there's kids today that never saw TV and they go off the derech. By the way, check those kids that don't have TVs in their house and they go off the derech. Check, see how many things they watched before. But anyway, I'm just saying it. It's not even, I'm not even talking about Gilui Rayis and that stuff. I'm talking about hashkafa. Think about the hashkafa they stick in, all the nonsense that goes on today. Put it in over and over, and this is what you want your kids to watch. Think 1,000 times before. That's all I'm saying. You don't like it, but say it, I won't say it again. Next. Oh, here's another thing that people don't like.
When do you not say things that people don't like?
I'm making that up. I'm just trying to calm that guy down. I don't want him to think. Watered down.
You say it.
The reason why people go off the derech is because of my watered down learning. That's why they go over there.
It's all
Anyways, check this out. I like this one. This is Nehemiah Seltzer himself. We need to do this, I guess, here. Henach needs a shidduch, Rabbi Isai.
I'm the shotgun, but Dr. Fact is talking.
All right, so here goes. You ready? Here we go.
Shidduchim that bring people down.
That's what we'll go for now.
Let's go. Here we go. Oy vey.
This on recording. I'm giving you this 20 bill on Snai that you won't be talking during Kaddish. Okay? There you go.
Nice. One kid at a time. One kid. Nehemiah Seltzer's walking around giving people money. What an incentive. Oh, Rabbi Isai, I got to tell you this before I forget. I'm super excited to tell the Olam that so far, as of the start of this year, 333 people joined learning Arvei Pesachim, Perik Arvei Pesachim. There will be with Rabbeinu David and Rishis Seltzer to finish Arvei Pesachim before Lela Seder. Now let me tell you, it will be a Seder like no other, talking about the Dalet Kaisis and the Seva and all the mitzvahs and a lot of mitzvahs that have to do with the Lela Seder. You'll come in a lot more prepared, only for a 20-minute investment per day, 25 minutes a day. Now, there's also, Avi's telling me, I don't know the exact details. Tell me now. There's somebody that donated anonymously a bunch of what? You're going to raffle off for the highest scores and random people also. What is it? Gift cards? $50 gift cards to Amazon, $25 gift cards. I'm famished.
The 10 random people are going to get $25 gift cards.
10 people are getting $25 gift cards, and
if you sign up in the next 24 hours...
No, that's me.
That's you. So,
that's only...
Okay, so it's for the first anonymous sponsor that came forward was $50 for the top 5.
$50 for the top 5 scorers.
And 10 for...
And then they're going to raffle off random $25 gift certificates. Okay, Shkoyach. Now I'm adding Stam because I still think it's not too late to join Arvei Pesachim. All you need to do is you could binge a little bit, 2-3 shiurim. It takes less than an hour to do 3 shiurim. So 1.75 speed is the highest I recommend. Whoever joins from right now, from what number are we at? How many people do we have right now? Are we at 333? Maybe we're 335. Hold on. But whoever joins from this moment, how do you join? How do you join, he's asking? I don't know. MDYchazor.com. MDYchazor.com. 333. Anybody from 333 and up enters into a raffle for $200 the next 24 hours. So if there's 5 people that join in the next 24 hours, you have a 1 out of 5, 20% chance to win $200. That's me. I want more people to join Avi's initiative. All right, so at 333. You here, Mendy? You joined already? Are you part of the WhatsApp group? So get on to, here, you can win $200. That'll be so fun if you won $200. Somebody just joined. Who? Who?
We have a number, lucky number.
Okay.
Avi's son-in-law just joined.
Avi Factor? Yeah. Listen, your daughter got engaged. You gotta give a little learning, a little extra learning. Dear Belly, you have to share how much the daf means to me every single day, especially this week of Purim. So you joined before, but you're part of the thing. Good. Way to do it. So join. He knows about Yak Nahaz. You know all those things about Peh, all 20 of them? Kanahaz, Yak Nahaz, Yak Nezu. Dear Rebel, you have to share how much the daf means to me every single day, especially this week on Purim. Listen to this. Where I'm sitting with my son Yida in ICU. Baruch Hashem, he's doing better. I never learned so much on Purim, and at least I was able to make people smile by sharing your vart. Aflo Yevia Esther. You're the greatest magachir in the world. Unbelievable. By explaining such complex sugis so sleek. Abe, Pearl, Rabbi Isa, here we go. Daf Mem Chesom Daf. Oh, we have to do the... Sponsored by the Koilel, Anonymous from Lakewood, the second sponsor of Koilel. May supporting Torah strengthen our b'tachan. The Masechta, sponsored by Maaser. The second Masechta, sponsored LeAliyat Nishmat Chaim Elefant by Anonymous. Sponsor of the month, LeAliyat Nishmat Zechrya ben Moshe. Sponsor of the month, LeAliyat Nishmat Moshe ben Yehuda, the Holocaust survivor. By Anonymous from Flatbush for continued bracha, mazel, and clarity. By the Landy Family, LeAliyat Nishmat Israel Chaim ben Yeshעי. And we have a new one. LeAliyat Nishmat Chaim Elefant. Chaim ben Yaakov Shmuel Zechariah Levracha by his Westside friends. Unbelievable loss. Young guy. By Fischl. Chaim Oren ben Aviva Orly, young child who has a terrible machla. The art is sponsored for complete refuah for Chaim Tzvi ben Leah. And I can't go without this. Last night, I didn't even know what this was. But Chaim Goldring, a Hasidic Geman that comes with a Shtreimel every Motzei Shabbos. He's not here today, is he? He gifted me this very, very one-of-a-kind sefer. It's all about the Vilna Gaon. There's only, of this particular one, there's only 36 in the world. And this is number 30. It has pictures of the Vilna Gaon, like every possible picture in the world. He showed me. I didn't know what it was, but he wrote me a beautiful, very heartfelt letter that he finished with us 500 daf. He can't believe it. Plus, he joined for Arvei Pesachim. Another thing he can't believe. So Yishkoyach Gadol, Reb Chaim Goldring. Rabbi Yisai, yesterday we were learning about Val Kol Nafshis Meis Lo Yavai. Let's try something else. Hold on, maybe we can do this. I like this. How about? Does this work better?
Yeah, that's fine.
How about this?
Yeah, it'll work.
You don't need to see my buttons, do you? You do? Okay, fine. Put that. Val Kol Nafshis Meis Lo Yavai La'aviv U'Le'imai Lo Yitama. So yesterday we were discussing this pasuk at length. Val Kol Nafshis Meis. The Kohen Gadol cannot be metama to all his relatives. And then it comes, and the Torah says, La'aviv u'li'imai. Why does the Torah have to specify his father and mother? So yesterday we were talking about the word aviv. Aviv comes to teach us that he shouldn't be metama to his relatives, even to his own father, but he should be metama to a meis mitzvah. So what do we do with the word u'li'imai? Top word of Memches Amud Aleph. It's interesting, just to point out, that in the pasuk of Kohen Hedyot, the Torah says, Li'imai u'la'aviv. And by Kohen Gadol it says, La'aviv u'li'imai. The Ramban says, very interesting, that a mother dies more frequently than a father during childbirth. So the son has more of a reason to be metamet his mother first. He's not a bar tuma, but azay zakta. So then, what about by a kohen gadol? Because a kohen gadol only becomes a kohen gadol when his father dies. He gets to be Yerusha from his father. So if his mother dies, he's not a kohen gadol yet, but he'll become a kohen gadol. Yeah, I get a tissue over there. Shkoyach, thank you. A kohen gadol will become a kohen gadol when his father dies, not when his mother dies. Okay. So we need this Rebbe. Later on, the Gemara is going to bring this Rebbe, so it might be kedai just to remember it, even though we'll repeat it, Be'ezer Hashem. What does Rebbe say? This is Anya. Rebbe Yomer. Gabi Nazir, b'moisam eino metama, av metamahu l'nigam u'lezivasam. That a kohen, a Nazir, first of all, a Nazir, he's not allowed to be metama to a mace. That we know. We discussed this also. But he's allowed to go and touch a zav, and he's allowed to go and touch a mitzayra and become tamei. So this is not for him to be not to become tamei. This is for him to become tamei a tmei mace. What's super fascinating to me is Taisvus. Taisvus says that there's not such a big chiddush when it comes to a zav. Okay, the Torah says he shouldn't become tamei to a mace. So obviously to a zav, yes. What's a chiddush? Says Taisvus, a mitzayra. Why? Because a mitzayra is chashuv ki mace. You hear the jump that Taisvus makes? So I would think that his tumah is on a level of a mace. In fact, that's what we said the other day. I'm thinking now that he also has the ability to be tameh ba'oil like a mace. Is taka a very strong tumah? I didn't personally. I had trouble understanding the Taisvus because he's a mace, but it doesn't mean you can go over to him and kill him, and it doesn't mean he's a mace. Kim mace. You pretend he's a mace. No, Taisvus takes it to the next level. He's a mace of a very, very high tumah. Maybe he's such a high tumah, it's like tumas mace where you're not allowed to go and touch him. Kamash Malon, you're allowed to touch him. Now, how do I make that connection between a Nazir and a Kohen Gadol? Amris leyoymar imoy b'koyin gadol. Shein tamad loymar. Why do you even say the word imoy like we have here in the pasuk? Imoy. Shari kavachoymer umayim b'mokim shekoyin hedi mitam elochav. Now let me show you this real quickly. This is the pasuk by a Nazir. If you look by a kohen gadol, it says two things. First, don't be mitama to anybody, and then it says don't be mitama to your father and mother. It doesn't talk about a brother and a sister. By a Nazir, it says much more. It says la'aviv li'imay, la'achiv la'chaisa. Okay, we'll get back to that in a second. Now, going back to Yavamas a little bit. So over here we have a father and a mother had two children. One of them is not paying attention now, and the other one is a brother. What? He's super busy with his.
As long as everyone else is
mamish. He's in Pesachim. He's in Arvei Pesachim. Nazir will have to wait a little bit. This is Meis Mitzvah. Meis Mitzvah, you can drop the Torah and take care of the other mitzvahs. Okay. So we get this. This is very simple. A father and mother had two children, two brothers. They actually look very alike. And then Nebuch, the father, bye-bye. So the mother goes ahead and she marries another guy. And from that other guy, she has another kid. So now Avi in the middle, he has two brothers. One is from a father and one is from a mother. Shimon, Dan, call him whatever you want. So it goes like this. If the two brothers go bye-bye, Avi's mutter to be matama to his brother from his father, but he cannot be matama from his brother from a mother. So what does this teach us? Stop. What kind of svara does this teach us? Again, if he has a brother from a father, the paternal brother, he's so related to him that he could be matama to him. The maternal brother is a little weaker. So it teaches us that relationship through a father is a very strong relationship. Okay, so now let's take it to our sugya. This, it's kohen, regular kohen. Here, look inside. We're talking about a kohen head. Mitam elochiv ma'aviv. Ein kohen gadol mitam elochiv. In this exact case, had Avi been a kohen gadol, he wouldn't be mitama to his father, to his own father. He shouldn't be mitama. Makom shein kohen hadi mitama la'achiv mi'imai, where the relationship is weaker. In other words, through the mother, the relationship is weaker. He's not even a simple kohen is not mitama to his own brother, who's only a brother from the mother, because the mother creates less of a kurva, less of a relationship. And he didn't change kohen gadol mitama li'imai. You see what the Gemara wants to do here? The Gemara says that a father has a strong relationship with the son than the own mother, because the mother cannot produce a son that a kohen head could be mitama to, but the father could produce a son that a kohen head could be mitama to. So therefore, he could be mitama to the father. He should, but he's not. A kohen gadol is not mitama to his own father. So certainly, kavachaymer, he shouldn't be mitama to his own mother. It's interesting that a little bit later on, I just want to point it out here because nowhere else really for me to point it out. Okay, Taisa just says a very interesting svara here, that there's a reason, think about it for a second, there's a reason to believe logically that a son should be mitama to his own mother over his own father. What's the logic?
You don't know if it's the father.
Oh, very good. Says Rav Nachman that a mother is a vadai. And a father, we don't know 100%. So Mela, you should go ahead and be mitama to the mother maybe. And that's why you need psukim. What? She came home from the hospital with him. She was there from the first moment and people saw. There's witnesses. Yeah. He's right. It's not 1,000,000% because we had stories, even Bizman Hazeh, where kids get mixed up in DNA, the whole thing. But there was a gadol, I don't remember who the story was about. He asked a certain gadol, why is it if a father and a mother ask a child, let's say, bring me a cup of water. So who do you listen to? Who does the son listen to? The father. Why? Because afi mechuyeves b'chvaydai. She, the wife is also mechuyev in the covenant of the husband. So they asked this kid, who later turned out to be a gadol. I don't remember if somebody remembers. They asked him, but wait a minute, the mother is a vadai, and the father is a suffix. So in suffix might mean they vadai. L'chayra, this child should have to give the cup of water to the mother who's a vadai, and the father's only a suffix. So So he said, I don't know if that's what you mean exactly, but he said that if it's true that the father is a suffix, that's the biggest bezayin for the mother. No mother. Who? It's in Reb Chaim Brisker. Okay. No, she doesn't want it. In other words, she'd rather bring that cup of water quick. She'd rather you bring the cup of water to the father. In other words, you saying it's a cover for the mother so that you don't bring up a suffix over here. Says the Gemara. Okay, so you have a little bit of a kavachayim here. A lot of bit of a kavachayim. So I have a kavachayim that the kohen gadol should not be metamet to his mother. So then why does it say by kohen gadol the word imay? So going back to, here, the next one. Limay, again, so we have extra word imay. Mufnel lahakish v'loden, it's extra word. Lahakish v'loden and men exer shava. So we have exer shava. Nemar imay bin Nazir. V'nemar imay b'kohen gadol. Right? So we showed the two psukim. Here it is. Laviv uli imay. Again, this is by Nazir. It says the same word, imay, imay. Both words are extra. Ma imay ha'amar bin Nazir. B'maisam enu mitama. Avu mitamahu l'nigam ulizivasa. That we already established that by Nazir. A Nazir should not touch a dead person, but he has every right in the world to touch a mitzayra, to touch a zav, even though the mitzayra is like a mace, says Taisus. Afimay ha'amar b'kohen gadol. So to by kohen gadol. B'maisam enu mitama. Avo mitama l'nigam ulizivasa. That a kohen gadol is not allowed to become tamei to lemeis, but he could be mitama to mitzayra. Big chiddush. He's a kohen gadol. He has to do that avodah for Klal Yisrael. But if he feels like it, he become tamei. What's going to happen to Klal Yisrael? They'll bring this ganin, whatever. I think it's a big chiddush. Okay, so that's what we do with the word imay. Says the Gemara. Ashkechon kohen gadol. We learned yesterday. We started this year the word aviv. Here, we should go back this way. Sorry. The word le'aviv teaches us that a kohen gadol is mitama for a meis mitzvah. Nazir min. How do we know that a Nazir, as we said yesterday in the Mishnah, was pashatas? You have a Nazir and a kohen gadol walking in a path. Which one should be mitama to the meis mitzvah? Machlokes. But if the Nazir is by himself, of course he's mitama to the meis mitzvah. How do we know that? Nisanya kol yimei hizirei l'Hashem al nefesh. The word nefesh here means a body, a dead body. Kol yimei hizirei, when he's a Nazir, al nefesh, on the body meis lo yavoi. He shouldn't touch a dead body. Shemei ani afilu nefesh behema. It doesn't say what kind of body. It says a dead body. So perhaps a dead body means a dead horse. Shemei ani afilu nefesh behema b'mashma. Kin shenemar. Why would I have such a havim? Because it says in the pasuk maki nefesh behema. You physically hit a body of an animal. So you see the word nefesh could apply to an animal. Tamad loimal nefesh meis lo yavoi. B'nefesh adam ha'kazim medaber. Okay? Al nefesh meis lo yavoi. We're talking about a human being. Reb Shmuel loimer eni tzarech harei oimer lo yavoi. V'nefashis hametamis bebi ha'kazim medaber. If you look at this pasuk over here, it says, we're talking about tumas oil. So, haba, coming into oil, a roof, go together. What? Parshas Parah. Chukas, very good. It's paying attention. You see? What happens when you pay attention? I know, it was so long and I wasn't paying attention. It's like, I thought the parsha was over already. There's another one. I didn't even realize. It's like, 170 psukim or more. 76 plus the whole para. I didn't do the plus. 136. That's it. Has to be like the longest. Yeah, very long relationship. So, by the way, once I'm here and nobody's listening, Menachem, that Anna that has a munach and a revi, did you read it with munach and a revi? That one word. Did you? No way. If you could. Ooh. Okay. Akaparim. Just the tumah of oil. What's tumah of oil? Real quickly. If there's a dead person in a room and there's a roof, and you go into that room, you become tamei. But there's more to that. What if the dead person is in an open place, but it's hanging, and you're underneath the dead person? Is that oil? You're over here, and there's a dead person over here. You're in the middle of a desert. Tamei or not tamei? Tamei of oil. You're tamei oil. And what if you're on top of the dead person, and you're in a desert? Also, tumas oil. Like if you go to the base of kavaris and you lean over a grave, tumas oil. Fine, those are the halachas of oil. It says in the pasuk, kol haba oil. So lashon hava. So over here also it says liyavai. So we're talking about people. And animals. You put a horse in a room, and you go into the room. You don't become tamei b'tumas oil. It's only when a human being is in there. So maybe we're talking about tumas adam. La'aviv uli'imoi einoi mitame. Ava mitamahu l'meis mitzvah. Okay? So now we have the pasuk. Pasuk teaches us that you're mitame l'meis mitzvah. Actually, yoymar yeshli bedin. But maybe you don't need a pasuk. Maybe I can learn it logically. And these are as far as that we already said yesterday. Both of them. A kohen gadol is kedusha is forever. Nazir kedusha kedusha solam. And it didn't. So certainly, a nazir whose kedusha is not forever. Certainly, he's lighter, and therefore he could be mitam himself to make mitzvah. So no, I'm not asking anybody else. No, you were here last night. Mendy, I'm going to ask the two of you, because you weren't here last night. But you listened probably. But you didn't. But what if a Nazir was Tamei Tumas Olam? He's a Nazir La'olam. A Nazir can also be Nazir La'olam. So why is he different than a Kohen Gadol who's Kaddish La'olam? A Nazir also is La'olam, if he says it. You too. You could also answer. What?
It wasn't La'olam.
But he is, in a case.
Average Nazir is 30.
Oh, average. Very good. But there's other tirutzim that a Nazir can get out of it. You get out of it. Don't be so proud of yourself. These are better.
It's a good answer.
It is a good answer. I said it 6 times in shir. It doesn't matter.
I wasn't here.
No, what he's trying to say is that since a Nazir, the stam Nazir is 30 days, you see the essence of Nazir is a weaker thing. It's not a lo'ilam. Yeah, you could prolong it. But here's a really good one. A Nazir, when did he start? When he's 35 years old, he started to become a Nazir. Le'olam. So from this point to the end of his life. But he wasn't born a Nazir.
I like mine better.
How about this one? A Kohen gives it over to his kids. It's Le'olam. It goes from generation to generation. A Nazir is just him. No, you like yours better. Okay. They're all good. So you're lucky that the Gemara brings it again. These are the things you couldn't miss out by not coming Motzei Shabbos. And also, Givaldik and Nigunim from Heina.
We got it this morning. We got the turrets nice. It all worked out.
You don't have the mice of the hotel.
I'm sure you told me the mice of the hotel.
I probably did.
Stories.
This one they said was never heard. They said it was never heard. Yeah. To you guys.
It's going to be in the book.
So what's the reverse svara? And we said this also. Listen, if a kohen gadol becomes tamei, all he has to do is the process of tahara. Sprinkle on him the me'azah. 3rd day, 7th day, go to mikvah. You see how chomer it is. If a nazir becomes tamei, he has to go all the way back to the beginning of his Nazirus. If it's 25 years in Nazirus, he loses all 25 years. He has to pay all those expensive korbanos. He has to shave his hair. It's a big deal. So you see, they're very machmer on him. So if they're very machmer on him, he comes upon a dead person, maybe you shouldn't touch him. Call and help. I don't know what. Let somebody else deal. Let the Kohen Gadol deal with it. But the Nazir Nebuch, if he has to deal with him, 25 years of hard work goes down the tubes. Plus it's going to cost him $2,000 worth of korbanos. Plus it's going to look weird. They have to shave his head. What are you going to do? Maybe not. That's why all your svaras and logic is not going to work here. That's why I need a pasuk. At the end of the day, here's a good one for all of you guys. If a person needs to be Michal Shabbos because his wife is going to the hospital, but he doesn't have to be Michal Shabbos because his neighbor has the device that he needs, a light, a phone, whatever. Should he knock on their door at 3 o'clock in the morning and wake them up so he doesn't have to be Michal Shabbos? We had a machlokes here. There was Koilov versus Henach, and Henach won. Shlomo Zalman Auerbach says, based on the Gemara yesterday, but here's a beautiful one. The big shiloh was...
What does he say? Be Michal Shabbos?
No, he should be Michal Shabbos because you don't have to go out of your way, and he learned it from our sugya, that when a Kohen Gadol finds a dead person, he doesn't have to go out of his way and hire somebody to take care of the dead person. He can get out of it for $500, he can get rid of it. No, you're not mechuyev to. He has it, that's typically what would he do? He would bury him? Typically, what would this husband do when his wife is would he go knocking on people's doors at 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up the whole building? No. He'd go and turn on the light. So he's not mechuyev to wake people up. That's what not everybody agrees to it. What? Yeah, okay. What? I can find it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Listen to this, Rabbi Westside. This is mamish gonna wake you up. Maybe the yitur, the extra words, come to teach you that this kohen shouldn't be metama to his father and mother, but he should metama to other people. A mamish reverse of logic, right? What's the svar? Why would you say something like this? For that you need Tosfos. Says Tosfos, listen to Tosfos here. You can look in Tosfos like Enoi Ella, and he says again, I would have a havamina. Don't bury your own father and mother, but bury your sister. Why? Why would I say such a thing? Says Tosfos, v'taymeik lemeimar d'shem akrevim, not even a sister, a neighbor. Arvei Pesachim mipnei shemeitzar aleim v'zeu zilusa de Nazir. Sorry, we're talking about a Nazir here. I would think that the Torah says Nazir, don't bury your own relatives because of the tsar that it gives the Nazir. We don't want a Nazir to be the tsar. Why? Listen to this. Dikri Kaddish. A Nazir is a Kaddish. Don't forget, he's a Kaddish. We mentioned that yesterday also. That when you have to give tzedakah, there are some achronim that say, a Nazir is a Kaddish. He comes before a Levi. In tzedakah, in the hierarchy of tzedakah. But maybe stama person, he works in the Chaver Kedisha, maybe the Nazir could be mitama. Says Tosfos. Unbelievable. Well, at least it gives us a little bit of a svara. Didn't make any sense before Tosfos. Amos Gavachomer. 2 lines from the bottom. A regular kohen who can be mitama to his 7 relatives, but he's not mitama, he shouldn't go to anybody else's funeral. Nazir, Sheine mitama lekroivim, a Nazir who cannot be mitama to his relatives. Okay. Daf Yomi Beis. Homatam loymar love v'li imoy. Love v'li imoy hu deloy mitama. Avamitamu lemeis mitzvah. We just turned to Amud Beis. Hatzlacha for Aryeh Leib ben Aliza Simcha Sheine Mashe and Aliza Simcha Sheine Mashe bat Bracha. Hatzlacha for the Shir and the members of the HBA Group and their families. Amen.
348.
348. 15 more. Givaldik. Actually, yoy mayeshti bedin. Givaldik. Okay. You might get to 350. Maybe even to 400. No, we think about these numbers, they're meshugana numbers. All these people are part of our mishpacha, they're doing this thing together. It's unbelievable. Okay, weiter. And this is just the beginning, Rabbi said. We have other plans. Once Pesach is over, we're going to do the next parak, the next Masech, the next thing. We're going to do it stark. We're going to go through Shas like that. Huh? Yeah. Think about those 30 people in the room. Now we have 348 people doing Chazara. Says before we have anything, says the Gemara, why can't we just do a regular klal? We have rules that we have by a kohen gadol, and we have these rules by a nazir. We say that a kohen gadol should not even be metama to his own father, yet he should be metama to a meis mitzvah. Why don't he psukim? Just learn it, just a regular. It seems like a good rule. If a kohen gadol is metama, why not a nazir? Maybe not. Never close the kohen head, right? Let's see what it say here. Oh, this is Stam Tumas Soil. Okay, I forgot to show this. Why not? Sunday morning. Shmak. Okay. If you don't know what Tumas Soil is by now. We said already. Oh, this is by regular kohen. So we have rules by regular kohen. Oh, if you're going to start learning rules from one thing to another, from Nazir, from a kohen gadol, you might as well learn Nazir from a kohen head. So how would I finish this off? Says the Gemara, Av close amurs benazir mitam lov. Talmud loymar lo aviv uleimoy lo yitama. The way I would finish it off is Talmud loymar. Then no, he shouldn't be mitama. No, I do a little bit of a jump here. Talmud loymar lemeis mitzvah mitama. I'm trying to prove that a nazir should not be mitama with his relatives. So I say Talmud loymar. They shouldn't. It doesn't. There's a little bit of a jump here. We went out of order. What do you mean? We're here trying to prove that a nazir should not be metamet his own father. So you're telling me, oh, there's a pasuk that says he should be metamet the meis mitzvah. Hello, huh? No, time out. Forget about what we learned before. The Gemara is saying we have clawless. We have a rule. We have a rule that a kohen gadol is metamet to his father. Is not metamet to his father. We have a rule that a kohen head is metamet to his father. So we have a nazir. What should a nazir do? Should we learn that from a kohen gadol? Should we learn that from a kohen head? So it says the Gemara. You know what you should do? You should learn that a nazir should be metamet to meis mitzvah. That wasn't the question. The question is, should you learn that from a kohen hedyot that he is metamet his own father? Or should you learn that from a kohen gadol that he's not metamet his own father? Yes or no? Father or not?
No, not father. It says not father, but there's an inference from there, like we learned the inference before. By the kohen gadol. Not.
You can't.
Father, but there's an inference, yes.
So you're answering me like this. Not only that father not, woman. To meis mitzvah yes, but a father not. I hear, says the Gemara like this. It's going to be like this. Here, check this out. From the word laviv, this is the bottom line. Laviv, you should not be metamet to your father or anybody else, especially anybody else. Even your own father. A nazir should be metama. We're talking about a nazir. We have 4 words by a nazir. Laviv, imay, achav, achayse. So what do you learn from each word? Here's the bottom line, the end of the sugya. From the word aviv, a nazir should not be metamet to any one of his close relatives. Limay teaches us that limud that we had from Rebbe, that he could be metamet to Mitzayra, even though he's like chashiv kemeis, metamet to Mitzayra. Lachiv, here's where we learn meis mitzvah. From the word lachiv, not from laviv. Lachiv, he could be metamet to meis mitzvah. And what about la'achayse? La'achayse teaches us you should be metamet to meis mitzvah, and this has nothing to do with the nazir. Anybody in the world who's on his way to his own son's bris milah, And if he doesn't do bris milah, there's a chiyuv kares. And if you don't bring a carbon pesach, there's a chiyuv kares. It teaches us not to do with Nazir. Unbelievable. Jumping. Mitzvah comes before even mitzvahs that have kares. Let's see inside. Okay? Meaning all krovim. Even his father. The closest to him. So from here we can infer you should not be mitama to your brother, but you could be mitama to meis mitzvah. Uli imoi l'gzer shava like the Rebbe. What's the gzer shava Rebbe Rabbi Yisai? I looked in the art scroll and I couldn't believe it. He says, like the gzer shava Rebbe, ayin daf mem ches Amud Aleph. Like, hey, isn't this a sefer that's supposed to explain people how to do? So I went to the Hebrew one, and over there they say it. That's why I like the Hebrew one better, in a way. No? It's a sefer for easy learning. Okay, but anyways, what do we learn from Imai? Imai we learn that if a person is a Nazir, he's permitted to be mitam himself on purpose by touching him at Tzayra and a Zav. Ulachaisai. Look at the Sanya. The Sanya. Lachaisai mitam. Loimar. Harei shalach l'shchad is pischoi. Person goes to Shech l'Korban Pesach. Rabbi say, I don't know if this is true, but maybe you can make it up. That what? That today we don't have a Korban Pesach. And if a person eats any type of food, l'shma, l'shem shamayim, it could be in a medrega. I don't know if I want to exaggerate and say like a Korban Pesach, like a Korban Pesach.
The Maaser is like Korban Pesach.
Okay, but I'm saying anything. If you take a piece of steak today and you say, I'm eating this because I want koyach to learn Torah, I want koyach to be good to my children, whatever, you eat it, it's like a Korban Pesach. Harei sholach l'shchad pischei v'lomas b'noi. V'shoma shemeis loy meis. And he heard on the way that he has to go to a funeral. Yochel yitamo, amish lo yitamo. No, he shouldn't be mitama. Yochel lo yitamo lo meis mitzvah. But what if he has a meis mitzvah? And this is not talking about a Nazir. Stam, a person has a fork in the road. Go take care of a dead person on the way, or go do a bris milah with his own son, which is a chiyuv kares. Go bring once a year. You have a Korban Pesach. You slept all the way to Yerushalayim, and on the way Nebuch somebody dropped dead from the hard way. You leave your Korban Pesach. You'll do it a different month, and you take care of the meis mitzvah. And Rabbi Kiva says we learn it from here. Rabbi Kiva has 5 words here. Nafshois teaches us that a Nazir doesn't take care of people who are not related to him. Meis teaches us the kroivim. Nazir shouldn't be mitamet the kroivim. Now here's what's interesting. He takes the 2 words, la'aviv uli ima, uses both of them, and he says from here we learn meis mitzvah. La'achiv, meis mitzvah, even a kohen gadol who's a Nazir. You hear this? There's a new one. A kohen gadol who has 2 things going for him. He's a kohen gadol and he's a Nazir together. He has all these things. He should be mitamet the meis mitzvah. And la'chaisai, this limud that we just learned, that even if you're on the way to do a bris milah for your son, stop and do the meis mitzvah. Inside, Rabbi Kiva Omer, nafshois elu rechoikim, meis elu akroivim, la'aviv uli imai, the 2 words together, einu mitamav the meis mitzvah. La'achiv, shem haya kohen gadol v'u Nazir. He's one person. He's a kohen gadol who has more than just a kohen gadol. He's a Nazir. La'achiv einu mitamav the meis mitzvah. He should be mitam even in such a case. La'chaisai. By the way, how do you know this whole idea of when a person has a shidduch? Yeah, you're Avi. You should be boiling balchel. Why? You want to see, or he. Who's the shidduch again? Check. David. Let's bring David. Is David a good boy or not? MDY kid. Yeah, he's not even going to give me a bracha on the chuppah. Don't worry about it.
Do support?
Yeah, I'm support. That's about it. So here, because it says, what's the lashon over there in the pasuk? It's Elisheva bas Aminadav Achois Nachshon. So it says you should look at what's Achois Nachshon. So you look at the brother. So stop real quickly because it's 8:05. Okay. They asked, this guy didn't know if he should do the shidduch or not, and he got that aliyah. So he asked Reb Chaim Kanievsky, is that a simim in Hashemayim that he should marry this girl because he got the pasuk that says he should be check the brothers, and the brother's not a great guy. So Chaim Kanievsky said, if the brother's a great guy, what are you even thinking about it? You don't need a simon. The brother's a great guy, you should marry immediately. Okay, fine. No, we read. So let's stop right over here. Why not? Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.